Ricky Rackman here with your NASCAR 24/7 race preview. As a driver, you want to win at Daytona, you want to win at Indy. As a fan, you want to come to a race here. I'm at Bristol Motor Speedway. High banked, half-mile concrete. You might remember this track had 36-degree banking, but right before the August race, they made it variable banking, so now the banking is at 30 degrees. At this race last year, it was the first race for the Car of Tomorrow, and that race was won by Kyle Busch. You might remember him battling it out with Jeff Burton. So can we really look at last year's race as an indication of what we're going to see this weekend? I don't think so, because last year we had the 36-degree banking. Last August, we had the 30-degree banking, and it was a different type of racing at Bristol. We had extra grooves. There were cars racing all over the place, and it was pretty much dominated by Casey Kane, who led 305 laps, only to be passed by Carl Edwards, who led 182 laps and ended up winning that race. The Cup race this weekend, totally sold out, as is the August race, as is every Cup race at Bristol Motor Speedway. Fans love coming to this track. But what about the drivers? What are some of the keys to racing at Bristol Motor Speedway?
The racing that we have here, I mean, it's pretty good racing now with the 3 lanes, but you know, you don't see as much beating and banging for the one groove that you all had to fight for, that we all had to fight for before, because we can go anywhere now.
It's nice to be able to race guys and not have to run over them to pass them or knock them out of the way to pass them. And you can actually race and go around and find a different line to pass people. So to me, it made it a lot more fun.
Your patience runs much thinner here than it does at most tracks. That when somebody chops you off, you know, you might give them one more opportunity, where other places you might give them 3 or 4 opportunities to kind of make it work.
Now, we've also got this big tire issue that everybody's going off about the tires. Okay, maybe just Tony Stewart's going off about the tires, but everybody seems to be agreeing with Tony Stewart. And what is going to be the situation with tires? One thing that I think you got to understand is that the Nationwide Series uses the same tires as the Sprint Cup Series. Now, the Sprint Cups, of course, they have the wing and everything, which creates more downforce, which makes it harder on the tires. So that's why you might have been hearing a lot of complaints from the Sprint Cup Series and not so many as the Nationwide Series. Another thing you're going to want to pay attention to is this is the last points race for Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett will be making his 44th start at Bristol, driving the number 44. I'll tell you, I love Bristol Motor Speedway. We're going to see some bumping and banging, fighting. It's going to be awesome.